that he's seen it now because it is gone. And God took it away.
Dr. E.W. Jackson at Christian Values.
During that campaign, I found out something else. I found out that liberals don't just disagree with us. They hate our guts. And by the way, they have a particular antipathy for anybody they consider part of their victim class who dares to contradict their orthodoxy. They particularly hate us because we get in the way of them selling the bill of goods to minorities and women and others that they're victims and you can't make it without them. And folks, I'm amazed at some of the things they did. You just mentioned I went to Harvard Law School. I did, by the way, didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I also attended Harvard Divinity School while I was there. I took courses and cross-registered. I didn't finish there. I decided not to take a degree there because I found Harvard Divinity School wasn't very divine. I said John Harvard's statue would sit in Harvard Square if he knew what was going on there, because he started Harvard to train ministers. If he knew what was going there, he would get up and walk away and never look back. I mean, that's how bad it has become. It is an abomination. The Washington Post sent people to Harvard to try to prove that I've never attended Harvard Divinity School. I mean, what is the big deal? They were trying to prove that I was a liar, embellishing my own resume. I was a chaplain for the Boston Red Sox. Don't hold it against me. I did that for 5 years, but it was not, I didn't work for the Red Sox. I did it as part of a nonprofit. They went to the Boston Red Sox, wrote a story, said, well, we checked the Boston Red Sox records and we could find no record whatsoever of him ever having been a chaplain for the Boston Red Sox. Well, I didn't work for the Red Sox. I came in the home games and I preached to the guys. Mo Vaughn was there, and Roger Clemens was there. Oil Can Boyd was there for a while. Later on, Jose Canseco was there. Jim Rice was there. I met all those guys, but they went to try to prove that I was lying and embellishing my record, trying to make me into a liar. Now, here's the thing that I'm still puzzled about. I was raised in foster care. My foster parents were semi-literate people. They were country people. We did not have an indoor bathroom in the house that we lived in. And I know it well because we took one bath every week on Saturday night. I was the youngest child, and I got to get in that galvanized tub last. And let me tell you something, I never looked forward to that. And I was the one, by the way, charged with bringing down what we call the slop pot. Anybody here know what I'm talking about? It was a white pot with a red stripe. Yeah, okay. You can't make this stuff up. They sent a reporter to Chester, Pennsylvania, to try to find foster children who lived in the same home. They found some after I did, to prove that when I lived there, they had an indoor bathroom and I never brought a slop pot down from the second floor. I mean, in other words, they tried to make me into a complete liar. Somebody who just wasn't telling the truth about anything. They weren't interested in just defeating my arguments about public policy. They were interested in destroying my character and making people believe that I was trying to be something that I really wasn't. Folks, just because God calls you to do something, if you think that there shouldn't be opposition, or you think that it ought to be easy, or you think that everything ought to open up, listen, God says he opens doors and no man can close them, right? I found that sometimes the door looks closed, but you got to wail on that baby for a while. You got to kick it. It'll eventually open. But don't think it's going to be easy just because God called you to it. We're trying to save a nation. Don't ever think, well, if God really wanted to save America, it would have already been done. He would have already helped us do it. Listen, folks, God has charged us with the responsibility of getting this job done. He didn't tell us it was going to be easy, but it's our responsibility to charge on anyway. Amen. And if anybody believes that it ought to be easy, just look at the history of this country. I believe America is a providential nation. I don't believe we're an accident in human history. I believe God ordained the United States of America. In fact, some people say, well, how can you love America so much? I mean, America has slavery. And you know, sometimes I just wish we would educate people. Folks, the first person from Europe to buy an African slave was a Portuguese man who learned about the African slave trade from Muslims in northern Africa. It was practiced all over Africa. It's the sin.
Amen.
That's the issue. I believe God ordained this as a country. Look, I know America's not the kingdom of God, but I believe it's the closest thing on earth we'll ever get to it until the kingdom comes. People from all over the world gathering together, not united on the basis of race, but united on the basis of principle. Well, George Washington was the man who fought the Revolutionary War, and don't you know, he must have thought to himself at times, God, if you really want America to exist, it ought to be a little bit easier to get this job done. I mean, just think about what he went through. First of all, the man, look, he shouldn't have lived long enough to lead the Revolutionary War. That's right. He almost drowned in the Allegheny River at the age of 21 years old. He had smallpox. He had diphtheria. He had tuberculosis. He had dysentery so bad that during the French and Indian War, he had to sit on a pillow on his horse because his body was so cramped up. He shouldn't even have lived long enough to see it. And of course, we're all familiar with the famous story of him being in battle in the French and Indian War, having 4 bullet holes in his jacket and having 2 horses shot out from underneath him, and yet he survived it all. God was in the midst of that. But that didn't mean it was going to be easy. And then, of course, we know that he lost more battles than he won. That's right. He won often at very critical times to give more morale to the troops. But our troops were outmanned. They were outgunned. They were outspent. They were certainly outfed. They were outclothed. I mean, we all know the famous stories of those brave colonial militiamen starving at times, and in the harshness of Pennsylvania winter without proper clothing and shoes to wear. I mean, when they crossed the Delaware River going to Trenton to defeat the Hessians, a lot of the men who crossed the Delaware River were walking practically barefoot. The Congress did very little to support them. And you would think that, wait a minute, God, you ordained the existence of America? Wow. Folks, just because God is in it doesn't mean it's easy. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean, when Patrick Henry stood in St. John Church in Richmond after having run from Williamsburg under threat of arrest and maybe hanging by Lord Dunmore, he didn't give that famous speech and ended up with, "As for me, give me liberty or give me death," as a mere rhetorical flourish. It was a reality. It was liberty or death. It was, I may end up dying in this cause. We don't talk much about Ben Franklin, the famous inventor, and some of the things that he went through, but of the thing that I think we ought to all remember is that the man lost his relationship with his beloved son, standing up for what he knew was right. Because his son stood with the king, and their relationship was never the same. I mean, there's a price to be paid for doing what God calls us to do. I mean, you think about what the founding fathers had to go through in order to establish this nation. We ought not be complaining. And I hear Christians concerned about being offended or offending someone else. I mean, the sacrifices that have been made, the price that's been paid. Think about our veterans, the millions who bled and died and been wounded on the battlefield, sometimes come home half out of their minds at the horrible things that they've witnessed. And we're afraid that people might get offended. There's a price to be paid for doing what God calls us to do. Must Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free? No, there's a cross for everyone. There's a cross for you and me. The consecrated cross we'll bear till death shall set us free, and then go home our crown to wear, for there's a crown for you and me. Must I be carried to the skies on flowery beds of ease while others fought to win the prize and sailed through bloody seas? No, I would fight if I will gain. Increase my courage, Lord. Yes. I'll bear the burden, endure the pain, supported by your word. We're in the fight of our lives, and the thing that ought to most motivate us, I'm not ambitious to hold office, folks. I'm 66 years old. I'm pretty happy with the life I've led. I'm thankful to God, but I don't need a title to make me feel worthy or to make me feel like somebody. I'm trying to do what God has called me to do in the remaining quarter of my life. That's what we all ought to be committed to. To express my gratitude for the blessing of being born in the greatest nation on earth. People get mad when I say this, and they say, yeah, but, you know, your ancestors came here as slaves. And sometimes I just put my hands up and say, you know, I don't care how they got here, I'm just glad they got here. See, I believe God was engineering our presence here. I said last night, I believe that we are called here. And my chief ambition is to please Him. I mean, this is the one who died on the cross for our sins. Who made a way for us out of no way. I don't know about you, but when I was in Harvard Law School, I was being patted on the back by everybody. You're bright, you're capable, you're going places. Oh, things are wonderful. I was putting on nice suits and working in beautiful offices full of dead men's bones and all corruption on the inside. Lost and undone, on my way to hell and didn't know it. And Jesus rescued me out of my horrible condition. Showed me who I really was. I owned everything. And yes, I'll give Him my all, and I believe God has called every Christian in this country to make sure that America remains a nation whose God is the Lord. And on our watch, that's the way it's supposed to be. So yes, there's a calling on our lives, and it involves sacrifice, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Ask me, what do you really want? What is the thing that most drives you? Stand before Him one day and hear Him say, well done.
Amen.
Well done, good and faithful servant.
Amen.
Well done. Lord, I know I may not have done it perfectly, but I did everything I thought You wanted me to do. I did my very best to fulfill what Your plan and purpose was for me in life. That ought to be our chief ambition. It's not going to be how much money we made. It's not going to be what powerful people we know, what offices we held, but whether we did what God called us to do. Right. And that's what we ought to be committed to doing, no matter what the price is that we have to pay. It's worth it. It's worth it because He's the best thing that ever happened to us. Amen. I'll tell you, He's sweet, I know. He's sweet, I know. He's sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. Does anybody know what I'm talking about here?
Oh, yeah.
Look, He speaks, and the sound of His voice is so sweet that the birds hush their singing. And the melody that He gave to me within my heart is ringing, and He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I'm His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I know some people get excited about Michael Jordan, and some people might get excited about a Tom Brady, but I'm excited about a barefoot carpenter from Galilee. If you ain't him, you'll set you free. There's a price to be paid, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I believe God still has a calling and a purpose and a plan for this nation that is yet to be fulfilled. Amen. Yeah. I believe that an awakening is coming in America. God has spoken that to me. I can't say, what He said to you. I hear some people running around talking about God is done with America. God has never said anything like that to me. I don't believe that. I believe that God is going to bring a great awakening in this country. A third one, there's going to be a great outpouring of His Spirit because we, His people, are asking for it. Say, well, how can you be so confident? I'll say this. If with all the filth and the nastiness and the degradation going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, if God told Abraham, you find me 10, and I'll spare the six. Yeah. There are millions across America who love God and love this country and are seeking to stand up for righteousness. You can't convince me that God is not hearing and answering our prayers, that God is not looking with mercy upon us. I believe that as long as you and I are here and standing up, God is not going to forsake America. God is going to redeem us. going to be an awakening in America, but we ought not assume that the road is going to be easy. I think that there may be some lives that get sacrificed in the process. I think there are going to be some people in the process who are going to suffer greatly. We've already seen some of it. Somebody talked about the crimes earlier. People paying a price for standing up for what they know to be true. But no matter what price we pay, others have already paid it. Yeah. The way has already been paved. One of my very best friends in life is General Jerry Boykin. You all may know him. Mm-hmm. I honor that man. Wounded twice in battle. But if he comes and speaks and he knows you know me, he's going to tell jokes about Marines. So it's just grant him that. Twice wounded in battle. He told me that, you all know, that he was the commander of the whole Black Hawk Down operation. Yeah. They didn't include him in the movie. He may be a little too godly for them. Yeah, because he is a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ as well. He believes in the Lord. He said they were standing out on the tarmac at a hangar where bodies were being brought back from that battle. He said, there was a group of them standing there, and they were just weeping at what had happened. He said, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, all he could remember was a flash of light. He said, and when he came to himself, everybody who'd been standing there was on the ground. They'd been bombed. He said there was a doctor, an officer, who was standing beside him, and he said when he came to and realized he was alive, at least, he looked over at this doctor and could tell that he was in bad shape. I mean, he was in bad shape. He said when they came and they picked him up and they took them all into a place where they could be treated, he said he was laying beside him. He said and he was just struggling to breathe. He was saying, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. He said they had him hooked up to one of those monitors so you could see the heartbeat. And it was just getting slower and slower. And he said, hold on. Hold on. Don't let go. Hold on. Said suddenly he flatlined. Said he called for the medics. He said, medics, get over here. He said they rushed over, and because of the condition he was in, they said, General, what is it? He said, treat this man, treat him. They said, General, really? Treat him! He said, treat him! They said, but General, he said, I said, treat him! And apparently they've got these things, I don't know what they call them, that pumps the blood out of the legs, back up into the abdomen, and they put those things on him to humor the general. He said, treat him! Treat him! And as they did that, they just looked rather disgusted because they felt there were other things they should be doing. And all of a sudden, beep, beep, beep. That man lived through it because General Boykin would not let him go. He would not give up on him. And I think there are people in our country right now that still have not understood you don't give up on America because it appears that we are on our last leg. A lot of us felt that way last November. Probably felt like, Lord, if this election doesn't go the right way, we've just had it. We've just had it. But thank God that somebody, I trust all of you and others were saying, hold on! Hold on! Don't give up! Fight on! I don't know what time it was for you, but at 2:45 a.m. that morning, I heard Brett Baer say, and Donald J. Trump is the next president of the United States. I like to get the slide out of my chair. I jumped up and we were ready. Woke up that way. I said, we've got a reprieve. God has shown us mercy. God has moved in America's behalf. Because some of us would not let go. Christians turned out across this nation in a virtually unprecedented way to make sure that America didn't go where it would have gone had that Jezebel been elected president. I told my my church. I said, we've had 8 years of Ahab. We're not going to have another 8 of Jezebel. That's the attitude that we've got to have. See, it's worth it. It was worth it. You know what they felt for General Boykin at that moment? Embarrassment. Because they thought he wasn't in his right mind. He wasn't accepting reality. But he knew exactly what he was doing. He was fighting for that man's life. And we're fighting for our country, and we're not backing down, and we're not giving up under any circumstances. I don't care what they say. They can talk about me. The more they talk, I'm going to stay on my knees. They can hate me. I'm not going to hate them. I'm going to pray for them, pray for our country, because sooner or later, they're going to get it. They're going to either get it now, get it later, but they're going to get it. Every eye will behold him, every knee will bow, every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. You can either bow now willfully on your own, or you can have a hook put in your nose and drag down and be made to bow, but you're going to bow. Hallelujah. Don't be afraid of their faces, God told Jeremiah, for I am with you to deliver you. Don't let fear get in your way. Don't let threats get in your way. Don't let the potential sacrifices get in your way. Just stand fast and see the salvation of God. Amen. For the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an army should encamp against me, my heart will not fear. Though war may rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret place of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock, and now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, and I can't even sing, y'all.
Amen.
I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy upon me and help me. For when you said, seek my face, my heart said, your face, Lord, will I seek. Amen. Oh God, deliver me not over to the will of my enemies, for cruel messages have arisen, and such as seek violence against me. I would have quit. I would have fainted. Unless I believe to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. So wait on the Lord. Be of good courage. It's worth it. Wait on the Lord. Keep praying. It's worth it. Wait on the Lord. Keep working. It's worth it. Come on, Mark. Wait on the Lord.
Yeah.
Get ready to fight. Keep going. It's worth it. It's worth it. Because one day you'll be able to stand before him and say, I fought the good fight. I've finished my course. I've kept the faith. And now there's laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me in that day. And not to me only, but to all who love his appearing. Do I have a witness here?
Yeah, come on.
Hallelujah. 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 My dream, my vision is for us black, white, brown, Asian, men, women, educated, uneducated, wealthy, poor, to continue to know how blessed we are to have been given one of the greatest gifts God has ever given, which is the United States of America. It is a gift from Almighty God. And to be able to stand and sing together, my country 'tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died. Land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. I love that hymn because the last verse is a prayer. Our fathers God, to thee, author of liberty, to thee we sing. Long may our land be bright with freedom's holy light. Protect us by thy might, great God, our King. God bless you. God bless Texas. God bless the United States of America.